So finally, Peacemaker Season 2 video. I have planned this video from a very long time. This video was promised to me 4000 years ago, if you get what I'm saying. And after watching the finale of Peacemaker Season 2, I was confused. Should I even make this video? What happened? Why that happened? See, we will get to that. But firstly, I wanna appreciate DCU, man. I really enjoy DC content because I'm a huge DC Comics nerd, and seeing the Easter eggs that have been put in this whole series and mostly setting up its own future, like Salvation Island, and even there is also a mention, I think, of Gotham. Yeah, I think it was mentioned 2 or 3 times in this whole series. And yeah, I have been seeing people calling this a poor man's Guardians of the Galaxy, which is not too far-fetched in my opinion. I think it is more of James Gunn's style. Like, even in Superman, which is literally the most famous superhero of all time, like to most people, Superman is literally the definition of a superhero. He's literally the representation of American dream. At least that's what the creators of Superman for Quest for Peace thought. Still, most of us remember the Superman 2025 for its side characters. Like, yeah, I'm not saying that Superman was a really bad character. What I'm saying is side characters, despite having so much of a low runtime, created a far more impact than Superman, at least in my opinion. For instance, Mr. Terrific. I loved Mr. Terrific in Superman. I need this guy to be the leader of Justice League. Guy Gardner, nobody knew about him, at least if you are not a comic book nerd. And now most of the people are waiting for him to come on screen. And even in Peacemaker Season 2, I liked his cameo. So yeah, where I'm getting at is James Gunn has a very distinct style. It's like people comparing Peacemaker Season 2 with Guardians of the Galaxy is like me saying that Zack Snyder's Justice League is a rip-off of 300. Like, yeah, technically I am right, but I'm missing the point. Directors have their own distinctive identity. You don't have to like it and appreciate it, but yeah, you have to keep it in mind before watching a director's work. Like, Zack Snyder has a habit of using slow motion, so I'll keep it in mind that yes, this guy loves his slow motions very much. I know what I'm signing up for. I don't have to like it. I did not like Rebel Moon at all. It was 2 hours long, but due to its slow motions, it was 4 hours. And yeah, I think I've overextended this whole topic. I was just frustrated with Zack Snyder, that's all. Him tweeting out, or I think it was a Instagram post of Henry Cavill's Superman, and him activating his rabid fans when everything is going fine in DCU. Like, there are a total of 3 projects that have been released so far of DCU. There hasn't even been a reveal of the big bad of this whole universe, and there is a reason for it, because Marvel has fucked this whole concept up. Like, the phase 1 of Marvel used to be a self-contained movies that lead up to a huge event. Like, remember Captain America, Iron Man 1 and 2, even Thor. They were all individual movies that led up to Avengers. Now think about it. If people would have criticized Iron Man 2 because Iron Man 2 was not a good movie in my opinion, and straight up cancelled the whole Marvel universe, we wouldn't have had Avengers 2012 or even Avengers Infinity War. But yeah, man, let's end it over here. This is the part 1, by the way. This is the whole section where I'm talking about Zack Snyder and James Gunn, that whole comparison that is so forced, by the way. I think in the next part I will be delving in more of the story aspects and the character aspects of this whole series. But yeah, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you did not enjoy it, what would Nerdrotic say? Thank you for watching for this long. Goodbye.